Grakliani Hill, Grakliani Gora, is located on the territory of eastern Georgia, which is central part of Transcaucasia. We already identified 11 different period remnants on the territory of Grakliani Hill, which is very important because the earliest remains what we have here in Grakliani is a lower Paleolithic period, which is 1,500,000 years old, and until the beginning of Christianity, which is 4th century AD. But Grakliani Hill has another importance also, because this is only archaeological site on the territory of all Caucasia, where we discovered 3 different inscriptions of 10th century BC. All those dates were defined by different laboratories, for example, Florida Lab from Miami, United States, Zurich Laboratory, and Groningen University Laboratory. In addition, there are also layers and constructions of 5th, 4th, and 10th century BC, which is so-called Achaemenid period, but which is only archaeological site on the territory of central Transcaucasia, where we have big number of all kind of buildings with different function, including temples, dwellings, storage rooms, and etc.
Actually, these workshops are so unique for Georgian students. For example, I never had a chance to listen to a lecture about zooarchaeology, archaeobotany, conservation and restoration. And this workshop gave me opportunity to work some bones, learn how to flotation, had the opportunity to learn about something as a conservation and restoration. And I think this will be so good for my future career as an archaeologist.
The workshops were very good, so good. This is so helpful for students, for Georgian students, because we don't have enough this kind of technologies, this kind of knowledge about this many different things like archaeology, archaeobotany, and this is very helpful to us to improve ourselves, our knowledge in future. So this is very good.
So the workshop that was held on Grakliani Hill in August, it was really helpful for me because it was the first time I attended such workshop with the cooperation of Teikyo University and Hill State University. This was really intensive workshop and very useful for me because I learned a lot about the conservation, restoration of the artifacts, also a lot about the zooarchaeology, and also about the cultural heritage, how we can preserve or how we can communicate the CEOs or NGOs just to collaborate with them and preserve this cultural heritage. So I think it was really interesting, intensive, very useful, and I wish that this workshop should last a little bit longer because there are too many things that should be learned during these three different spheres, and thanks to this professors, to these professionals in their fields that for coming and share their knowledge to us. This was basic but very important for us during excavations. We need all this knowledge just to make right steps during the excavations as well.
This is very important. I mean, our cooperation between Tbilisi State University and Teikyo University, because these workshops, which was managed by Teikyo University, is very special for our students, as far as we are not teaching in our universities archaeobotany, archaeozoology, management of archaeological sites and conservation. So this is very, very useful, and I would like to express my great thanks to Teikyo University. Grakliani Gora is very special archaeological site for students, not only students for Tbilisi State University, but also foreign students coming from different universities to have a field practice, to work here. For example, Oxford University, Cambridge University, Budapest University, Warsaw University, etc. So this is one of the best way for cooperation for future development of young archaeologists, young scientists, to increase the international space, scientific space. But what we need also in addition, this is a problem of conservation, which partly done by Teikyo University for different kind of items. But as far as most of construction are made of clay, after digging they are open in the open area, so we have a real problem of protection of the site. So one of the main future for archaeological site, Grakliani Hill, is to find a way of protection of excavated cultural heritage here. In this case, I think Teikyo University is the best partner we have, and maybe we can develop our cooperation based not only workshops, which is again I would like to tell very, very important for my students, but also to have a more wide cooperation, which will be very successful, I am sure.